Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Crimi-Trent and today is Art Therapy Thursday. Yes, I'm showing my face again. Why not? It's my messy face in my messy studio. See? Hands are not that clean because I actually paint. Anyway, today we're working on some geodes. Geodes are rock crystals. They come in all different colors and shapes and sizes. I think it's a very fun, easy tutorial to do. It's only using a few colors and some gold ink, and I think you'll enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and the bell notification button to know when my videos are up. So let's get started. Okay, so we'll go over my supplies. I have Arches 100% cotton 5x7 sheet of paper. I've got my paints here, my paper towel, my water, my paint brushes. The Arches 100% cotton paper works the best with this nice little textured. I tried it on the bee paper and it just didn't come out as nice. It just looks flat and ugh. So yes, in this instance, paper makes a difference. So, and I'm going to be using my Grumbacher number 10 brush. So I have some turquoise here. I'm mixing this up. Fairly wet. Yes. And this is not a drawn type of situation with this geode. It's just supposed to be freehand, and think of it in like a drop, like a shape of like a teardrop, but a little bit chunkier on top. So we're going to just take this, put in the paper, and we're going to go like this. Jagged edges, like so. Go like that. All right, and then we're going to fill that, fill this in lightly. This is kind of too bright. Fairly wide, like that. Go in like this. You want this very, not super wet, but wet, like in order for this to work. All right. Then we're going to take the concentrated turquoise, really thick, really concentrated. I use 2 paints. I don't know how you can do it in the pan if it's really thick, but I don't know. And then you're just going to take the tip of this and you're just going to jaggedly hit the edge. See that? See how great it's bleeding? It's thick, but you want that dark, deep turquoise color. Let me zoom in a little bit. You want the jagged edge of this. Some areas can be thicker, like I'm doing. Some are smaller, but the concentrated, and I played with this for a while. Really concentrated paint on that edge, jagged like this, bigger, smaller, works best. See that? And then we're going to do the inside part. Do the same thing on the inside. You want that to bleed, but not so watery that it bleeds a lot. See, I'm going through here. I grabbed a little water here because I felt like it was a little dry down here. So you want to do that. And then go back in and grab some of that concentrated paint. And you can now mix that concentrated turquoise with some indigo or some ultramarine. Get it pretty thick, not super. And you can go in the middle here. So if it's thick, it's going to bleed just a little bit, not too much. If it's damp on damp, you won't bleed that much. So that's like the first layer. Then we're going to go in and we're going to do the same color paint that I was using here. I'm going to water this down. And we're going to go in, leave a white halo in between the two. Just use the brush. You could do like so many of these. It's different colors, rainbow colors. This is a fun tutorial, relaxing to do. The teens would love this. I don't know about the boys, but the girls definitely. Again, there's that flat watered paint. Go in and grab some ultramarine and some indigo, really dark, really thick, and dab that edge. and make it look thick and thin. You want it jagged, you want it more like nature with the fun crystals. If you go online and you Google geodes, you'll see so many different types. They're fun to do. Crystals are very healing. So we need some crystals to heal us during this crazy time. See, then you get that one. You can go in and do another one in the center. I would really make it thick because that's really bleeding right now. Thick, thick, thick. So you don't want it very watery. If you want to go and do a line in the center, very tiny, skinny line. Very tiny. Like that. Now we're going to go back in and do some turquoise again. Some watered down turquoise, as you see here. Still leaving that white halo, even in the center. Again, take that thick, concentrated paint, and you're just hitting. It's too wet, the brush. Okay. Just hitting the edges. See that that's thick right there? That doesn't matter. It looks kind of cool. Again, in the end. Same there. Skinny, thick. Play around with this thick and skinny areas. Getting there. And you can leave that center just the way it is. So now what we want to do, we can start putting, if the gold bleeds in, that's kind of cool. So I have the, like I showed you, the Liquidtex gold. I put it in one of my little pans here. I'll squeeze out some more. It's fairly thick ink, which is great. So I clean up my brush. It's such an easy tutorial. You can do so many colors, a bunch of different blues, make them bigger, smaller. Smaller is harder. And you're just going to go in and you're going to dab in these white areas. Again with the gold. You want thick and thin. And play around with that. The gold will work well on top of the dark blue too. So I'm going to grab one of my skinny brushes and show you what I mean. Put some on the outside edges too. Like, jagged it out like that. Lay it on thick and sporadically around the geode. I guess I'm really into this gold ink these days. Again, with this white area in here. It's still wet, but it doesn't matter. If it bleeds, it's kind of cool. And I'm filling in the center here. This one's a lot different than my last one. I'm going to grab a skinnier brush. I'm going to grab my Velvet Touch number 5 round Princeton, because there's a skinny tip. So if you want to go in and add some nice, really thin gold lines inside some of these. Like I printed out some reference for these skinny lines. I mean, if you had acrylic pouring paint, they do some really cool ones. I saw this one online. Look how cool that is. It's really cool. The effect will be totally different on watercolor, but you can try it. Just sporadically, the gold paint. Again on the blue one. Very skinny. I'm doing it on top of that line that I did earlier. Looking kind of cool, huh? It's a little different than the other one I did in the beginning. The first one I tried. Just play around with the thick and the thin. Like I said, on the outside too. Do some dotting. Could do some dotting in here. Again, you can go back in and grab some really thick, concentrated. I'm mixing indigo with ultramarine, so it's not such a dark black blue, but it's a deep blue. And you can go and hit these edges too with this color. Pull it out a little more. You're going to just be playing around. But this is a fun, simple exercise that anyone can do. And they're really pretty. If you did a whole bunch of these, it's really pretty, different colors. Let me zoom back out. This is the first one I did. That's the second one with you guys. Not bad. Like I said, change up the colors. You can do one that's really just all turquoise, one that's all ultramarine, one that's a mixture of tones. But it's pretty relaxing. I like the colors because they're relaxing. Blues, blue space, blue tones. And I think for the simplicity of it, for therapeutic reasons. And you can play around with the skin lines, more gold on the edge. Like some of these geodes, like I said, I printed out some just to look at how they look. They have like a lot more gold on the edge. It's just the golden in here. There's the crystals in here, which are cool. I mean, if you make a 3D one, if you can glue down some like funky, like clay looking, salty kind of crystals, that would be cool. Or paint them in gold. And there you go. Not bad. This is a very quick tutorial today. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell notification button. That bell notification button is going to tell you when my tutorials up. I try and keep them around 3 o'clock, but sometimes I do them earlier. Sometimes I do them later because life just gets in the way. And, you know, I have a regular job and I do a lot of painting for other people. So, but hitting the bell notifications, I actually am going to keep trying to do once a week right now with this craziness going on. A live stream on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So please stay tuned for that. I'll announce it in my community on my About page. You'll see the community, hit on that, and I post there. So please check there. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Stay safe. Have a great day.